Hello, we are
Hello.
back.
We are back. We're back. We just did our 3 episode binge of the newest
hmm
episodes.
Episodes 10 through 12.
What are your first thoughts?
I'll be honest, my first thoughts were,
Meh?
can we fast forward to the end?
To deciding who's staying
Yeah,
together?
only because I feel like in 3 episodes, and you may disagree, but I didn't get a lot of new information. I think it reinforced a lot of things we already thought or already saw. There might have been a little bit of, movement maybe for a couple people, but I'm like, kind of the same old, same old. Maybe I'm getting too used to Love Island with challenges and bombshells being thrown in. But I'm like, let me mix it up and, well, okay, more of the
It's a bit of a
same.
journey. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree that like the issues continue to be the issues. I feel like if there was a theme for these set of episodes, it's intimacy.
hmm
Like they're all
hmm
trying to figure out what their intimacy looks like. Can they grow their intimacy? Some people completely kind of broke trust when it comes to
hmm
intimacy. The games that they played, like it all just kind of led to either emotional, sexual, physical. That's
Yeah.
the same thing as sexual, but yeah.
Yeah. But
Intimacy.
still, and I will say one other thing, and we'll get into this as we talk about the couples, but like, I noticed that, there are a couple guys, a couple people, not just guys,
Mm-hmm.
who are just so unwilling to compromise. And I'm like, to me, it's a sign of immaturity that you would think you could get into a serious relationship, never, like, nonetheless, a marriage, and not have to compromise anything. And just
Across
think
the
that
board.
you are not going to have to make any changes in your life with a new person now coming into your life. I'm just like, why are you here?
Am I crazy? No. Yeah, across the board, I think Shawn is like the most willing to make, to compromise in some ways. But yeah, everyone, like Devin, Mecca's another one who I think is really trying. But these are the people, like those two have to try to even like get the relationship going in general. But I
hmm
feel like the couples who started off just kind of like, okay, yeah, we're attracted to each other.
Right.
They're just kind of going with the flow. I absolutely agree. Um, I think the person that I felt the most strongly initially in like a surprise way was Devin.
hmm
When he was at Courtney's birthday dinner, he was grilling her
Yeah.
and would not stop, and then brought it home and did the exact same thing to Caitlin.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know that we hate this word, but I like to use it correctly. He gaslit her. He's saying, this is your experience. This is the thing that you're making. This is when they're back at home. After he's kind of drunk, he's like, I'm just saying, like, this is your story. This is the thing that you're making up. I'm good. I trust you. I think you're like, I accept who you are. All this stuff, and
Yeah.
it's like,
You don't.
no, this is my experience. Like, you
hmm
trying to tell me that my experience is not real and it's something that I'm making up. That is gaslighting, because like I see you, like, and now we can all see him. He was drunk. She
Yes.
continued to say, leave me alone, let me go to bed, and he would not leave the room. He would not go to bed, and that's why things kept escalating. Like, I
Right.
don't, yes, she's mean, but like he was drunk. It is
Yeah.
annoying when especially a big man is
hmm
is is drunk around you and you're sober.
Yep.
Um but also, to take it back to the dinner, when he just like he projected on her the moment that he was like, well, as my wife, you could have defended me. She didn't really get a chance. Like, and she wasn't against him at all. I
Right.
mean, I know that she said he's a guy's guy, but that's more of an excuse, not a, she
hmm
wasn't, it wasn't a dig or anything like that. But I rewound to see, like, did I miss something? Did she say
hmm
something negative to make him, or at
Right.
least positive towards Courtney? She didn't
Right.
say anything positive. Like, I think she asked 2 questions. Are y'all fighting? What happened?
Right.
And Courtney was like, this is what my perspective is. This is your perspective. And that's all that kind of happened before he was like, where's my, the one thing
hmm
I made a note, the one thing I will give him in that moment was she could have just checked in on him and been like, you okay? Like,
hmm
again, you okay? That's one thing she probably could have did, but it was
The
a lot. Go ahead.
the thing about all of these situations, whether it's that Devin and Caitlin moment, a lot of the Nick and Courtney moments, is that you can't really look at any one action and say, this is wrong or this is right or he should have done
Yes.
this or she
Yeah.
should have done this differently. It's like about the energy behind it. Like
Mm-hmm.
the way he was saying, now he was drunk. So off
Yeah.
rip, he was doing too much. But I am a firm believer that drunk people tell the truth. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
that lies come out of drunk people's mouth. So these are things that he really thinks and believes that he's holding back when he's sober. And I
I,
think that he doesn't feel supported by her in general. He
yes.
doesn't feel like she has his side in general. So
Mm-hmm.
all of those things are like coming up, even in that one moment yeah, she may not have, sat down and been like, my man is right, which is too much to expect. But it's like, in general, he feels like, you ain't got my back. So now here's another example of you not having my back, you know?
Yeah. No, I 100% Caitlyn does not like him. And her last words at the when they were at home was, "You think you're going to be the leader of my life? That's never going to happen." I was like,
Hmm.
"Oh, well,
Right.
we should just end it here."
We like, what is we doing here? And then
Ooh,
when they had the group dinner, and now a lot of folks, at least from what we could tell, seemed like they held their ammunition in the clip for the group dinner and weren't having these conversations
yes.
one on one with their person. So I'm like, okay, why did y'all wait for this moment to really unload? But it seemed that he basically was like, I'm over this. I mean, my takeaway at the group dinner was like, nothing she can do is good enough for me. They have group therapy, and Paul says, we have one couple who's going to end it tonight, and I think it's going to be them.
Yeah, it might as well be because it's not popping off. And I am glad that he's articulating that like he's not getting what he needs. It gets to a point though because now it's like we're like on week 3 of him begging, and that's what it is. It's begging, and
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
she ain't gonna give it to you. Just
Just
affirm
kind
yourself,
of,
baby. Affirm yourself.
yeah, kind of get to the point of just being like, okay,
Yeah,
like
you've been
I'm staying or I'm
single.
going.
Yeah, like you've been single this long, you really don't need it that bad from her. I can assure you. So just
Yeah,
like it gets like one thing I do feel compassion with her is just like okay, I'll never like what you just said. Like I'm never enough for him. Nothing I do,
yeah,
and even when I try, it's not enough. There's no like he doesn't. He wants her to be exactly what he expects, and has not allowed room for her to like grow to that spot. And maybe she won't, and she's kind of articulated that she won't.
yeah.
But I'm
I
like,
I think I have like an exceptionally high amount of empathy for Devin because I've been in this like almost exact
mm-hmm.
situation where,
Yeah,
but I think Caitlin, I don't know if Caitlin likes him or doesn't. Like that part is kind of unclear to me.
I
But
don't
I've
think
been
she
with somebody
does.
who liked me. Like I don't doubt that they like me, but they were just not that type of person. And so
Yeah,
even when he was like, I was dancing and you didn't look up at me, you didn't give me a smile. I've almost had that exact moment where like, oh, we were playing top golf and I was going up to golf. I'm terrible at this. So like there's plenty
mm-hmm.
to look at me and laugh at. And he was like on his phone. And I'm like, why aren't you interacting with me while I'm doing this?
Right, right, right,
And he's like,
right.
but we're here. We're at top golf. Like
So let's
this
be
whole thing
engaged.
is the interaction. And I'm like, no, I want
Yeah,
you to
let's.
be intimate with me here.
Mhm.
So it's like such a lack of understanding that you'll never meet in the middle because you don't even know what the middle is. But yeah,
Ye
so and I think he
I hear
wants
you.
somebody to be like gushing over him and all over him type thing, which I also can relate to.
Yeah, I he was an angel to me up until
Yeah,
that conversation with Courtney because what it made me realize that he don't listen. He don't
yeah,
listen. He is like talking to a brick wall with him, and I don't think he like that night he didn't hear Caitlyn when Caitlyn was just like we'll talk she said we'll talk about it in the morning, and like she just put up boundaries, and I just don't feel like he heard the boundaries. And it was the same thing with Courtney where you can tell she wanted to she was trying to like kind of push him away politely initially, and then at a moment she's like okay I don't want to hear it.
yeah,
And the fact it matters because she articulated why, and
right,
he ignored that point. It was I don't have to rehash it, but she said like he is not Nick is not giving me what I need emotionally. He keeps missing that mark. There's a particular moment that I saw where I expected him to show up for me and he did not show up for me. And that makes me feel less safe with him and want to be less affectionate with him. And Devin just not taking that in and like hearing her out there, but instead just like, he's trying, give him a hug, give him. And it's true, she wasn't wrong. And like Nick said the same thing. Yeah, I did not show up for you in that moment. So,
hmm,
and I know he was drunk, but like that's just a red flag to me to just not hear people, especially as they're putting up a boundary.
yeah,
Yeah. So that's my only. He is a sweet baby, but it also just he is a guy's guy. He is actually that. I
yeah,
agree. Yeah.
hmm, hmm,
Yeah. Should we talk about Courtney and Nick? I keep forgetting his
yeah.
name is Nick. Like when I was taking notes, I wrote Courtney and Adam. She would love that.
Well, yeah, I'm just gonna say that's what she wants you to write.
She would
Yeah.
love that. I can't believe Courtney was making a lot of sense this episode. Do you think she was making a lot of sense?
No, I still hate her.
You still hate her? I
Yeah.
felt like she made some sense.
I
I
got
think
what she was saying, but I think the thing is, I remember all 12 episodes, and she
mhm.
keeps changing why she doesn't like Nick today. So she
I
just
agree.
doesn't like Nick. Like
I agree.
today it's vulnerability. Yesterday it was this. The day before it was this. I'm like, girl, if she was saying the same thing the whole time, then I would be like, okay, clearly this is an area that he needs to work on. But every single, you need to be more playful. You need to be more serious. You need to be less physically on me. You need to. She's just finding a reason so she can not say, I don't like you.
I agree. I 100% agree. Like, I think I made a note. She does not like him. I think towards the end, when like she decided to kiss him, I was thinking like, oh, she finally ran out of reasons to not like
Right.
him. She
Yeah,
finally like she
exactly.
just there's no more reasons. But there's one thread that
Yes.
has been continuous, and I do think is true, is his emotional availability.
Yeah.
He is not emotionally available, and just the, like even when she talked about her boyfriend cheating on her, and she's like, it's my fault. And the one good thing he said is it's not your fault. But there's just so much more. Like in that moment he could grab her hand. In that moment he can, how are you feeling about that today? How does that and I know that he doesn't know those questions, like I get it, but it's just it never goes that deep. Like she offers him some depth. Like there is a pool you could actually swim in with Courtney when it comes to her emotions, that he just like slap, like he just high fives.
But is that not her own fault? She has not at all
Mm-hmm.
presented in a way that says, I want you to hug me if I'm feeling sad. She thinks it's awkward to send him a text to say, I'm going to come sit next to you, talking about that's cringy. To me, that was so toxic. Her
And I
whole
have
like,
thoughts about that.
everything is cringy, everything is corny. I'm like, girl, you are like a toxic man.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like there's no whimsy with her, and I think that that's like I'm sure Nick would love someone who is whimsy, but yeah, I do agree. She does not allow herself to have fun. She does not. I think it's like almost like a Gen Z thing, because like that word, and I think she is like 20 something,
Yeah.
29. So I think it's like a Gen Z thing of just like not allowing herself to look goofy, not dancing in the club, like.
Hmm.
She's not letting herself be free. I agree with that. I just don't think Nick is actually trying that hard. Like, I just think I get that he feels rejected. I do, but I also don't think like you got to try. And it's like she has to push him to, like, I know that she slaps his hands a lot and like makes fun, and like I get that, and I think like I have critique on her, but I don't think he's giving a lot in return, and I don't think he ever gave. Like we can talk, like I feel like in the last batch of episodes there was definitely a moment where you can tell that Nick checked out for sure,
Hmm.
but I don't really see where he ever really checked in either. Like I do think we've been getting the same Nick
Yeah.
for the
But
12 episodes.
we begin in the same Courtney. On this one, I think we like disagree.
I
Like
know more
I hate
about
her.
Courtney than I know about him. I
Yeah.
I get, you can't hate her. Like
Yeah.
there's, you absolutely can't hate her. There's a lot of things to dislike about her, but just them as a couple, I understand both sides. Actually, the whole thing that like this batch has like in general showed me is that like
Mm.
two people can be extremely flawed in relationships. Like there is
Mhm.
no person who is righter, better than the
Right.
other. Like all of these couples, everyone has like a lot of flaws in them. But I'm just pinpointing some that I'm noticing, and like
Yeah.
he's a little weak in some ways.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, the cringy thing, the affection thing, like Courtney, girl, go masturbate. Like I don't know what to tell her. Like do something. Like it's so relax. Okay.
Yeah, that's just like for you to be thinking so much about every single thing you're doing, like that's cringy, that's corny. Oh, that's sending that
Courtney,
text. Oh, you touching me like that. I'm like, wow, like you're like policing yourself so much. Like that's like scary, you
I
know? And
agree.
I feel
I
like
agree.
she's clearly, and she even used the word like, I feel like she's been in an abusive dynamic, you know, at least emotionally, where she just like had to be so muted, I guess. I don't know, but
Yeah.
she,
But he can, and maybe he doesn't feel this. So I
yeah.
get if he's not saying this because he doesn't feel it. But like he can, like Belle Jolie, we could like learn a lot from. Well, not, okay, I have thoughts on her. I will get there. But he can say like, no, anything you do, I find cute, right? Like you sitting in that text. Like I know he said like he felt good about that, but if she's consistently saying, because of my relationships, because of my past, it's hard for me to be affectionate. It's hard for me to feel comfortable just being goofy. Like that's his cue to like
Mhm.
help her there. And I just don't feel like he's helping her at all. I
Yeah.
don't. And I also feel like, maybe he's feeling this in moments that are true, but I feel like whenever they're with the couples, he kind of finds a way to like, you see how she doesn't like me. You see, like it's just like like he's playing the victim. Like I feel like he's checked out and like wants us all to be like poor Nick.
Be on his side. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I guess it's working on me, unfortunately.
but she
I
did it to
kinda,
herself. So.
yeah, but I think, like, I do agree that he's not trying very hard,
Hmm.
but I guess to a point, I feel like would somebody like her who seems so shut down and judgy and like weird, like I don't,
Yeah. Yeah.
I think like in a situation with like Shawn and Nikki, for example, like the trying that they're doing feels like it would pay off. Like the
Hmm.
other person would be open, like because they're having to work hard.
I'm so ready to
And
go there whenever you're ready.
oh yeah,
We're getting there. Go
yeah.
finish your thought.
But they're having to work hard to
Hmm.
like, but I feel like, it feels like if I keep working, this will matter, like
Hmm.
sometimes Nikki's a little weird, but if I do the stuff, I'll get more of her softness. Sometimes Sean's a little annoying, but if I do the stuff, he'll be more of that safe space that I need. So it's like, okay, this
Oh.
is worth the work. But like the work for Courtney is like, what are you going to get at then?
Yeah. Right. Like, are you? Yes. Right. Like, I hate to use the word, but like, is she the prize at the end that like Nick wants?
Yeah.
But he's
Like,
making us feel like he does want it. Like he's making us
right.
feel bad that she doesn't like him, that she's not affectionate, that she didn't want to sit by him at the birthday party, which was
That's
crazy.
crazy. And then the fact that she was trying to like get him to say, like, so how do you want to do this? I want to sit by you. Like, what are we doing?
She tried it there. She really did try it there because not only when he brought it up later, well, you didn't tell me you wanted me to sit by. What husband does not want to sit by his wife?
Why do I don't have to spell everything out for you,
Girl, she
Millie.
did try it. She did try it. You know what? Maybe she's got me, but it just makes sense. But maybe she got me too. I don't know.
Look, that couple has torn us apart because we'd be agreeing. But
I know. Okay, I'm so interested in what you think on the Nikki Shawn mutual. I won't use the word that I used earlier again.
uh I keep agreeing with men. This is very
No,
upsetting to me.
I'm so glad because we're gonna disagree here.
I'm very like, why do I keep agreeing with men? I need to check in with myself and have a
Well,
little like make sure I'm okay.
this one's tough. No, this one's tough. But I'm not. I'm usually with you. But yeah, this one's tough. But we'll get.
So when he came, because like they were having a little sexy moment. She straddled him on the couch. It seemed like, it was like a nice little night. And then it's clear that after that, she was like, okay, good night. And so the next day is when he's like, I know you're not ready to have sex yet, but can we do anything? Can we, do a little touching, a little rubbing? And I did not feel offended by the way he said, hey, like, as my wife, this is part of my needs. And I do see a wife as a person who, like, should try to meet these needs in some way, even if it's not in the big way. And, you know, I'm kind of pent up. I've been trying to not be doing the porn in the hand. So it would be nice if something could happen. And I'm like, I am very, very strongly in favor of people speaking very openly about their sexual needs because I think there's like a lot of issues I've seen in relationships where people were trying to be too PC about sex and that actually broke them up because they were never getting their needs met. So I thought that he went about it okay. And then for her to be like, that felt like pressure. I was like, dang, like that was, even if she said, I didn't like it, that conversation made me uncomfortable. That's fine. But pressure, I thought was like a kind of a harsh word.
Oog. Um, because I actually felt that's one of the conversations that I felt uncomfortable
Okay.
because she's openly not sexually attracted to him.
Yeah.
She's openly wanting to take things slow, wants it to grow, wants to flow naturally. I think, she's expressed that she's a little like he wanted to like come in, earlier in the first batch is like he wanted to come in the morning to get things and she was like, I'm not fucking with you like that yet.
Yeah.
And whether that's, I think she's not there yet. She's
Yeah.
not there yet. And for him to come in, and it's one thing to be like, can we get to a place? But he named a specific activity where it is still pretty intimate.
Yes.
Like the way I assumed is that they would be handling their business in front of each other. So that means that she's in some parts naked and he's some parts naked. I don't think that is something that she is ready for. And I get that they are married, but I don't think that she should not rush it if she's not ready to rush it. Because there's on the other side, where does that leave her? How does that leave her feeling? So yes, and I agree that like him bringing the conversation up was totally fine. She understood it. Like, yeah, I get it. You don't want to like, you don't want to get addicted to, pleasuring yourself on your own because that pulls you away from me. She said that, she affirmed that, but I think like the naming of the activity and that activity was just a bit of a jump.
Okay.
A bit of a jump. And the wifely duty in the name of this girl not being sexually attracted to you, you saying, well, as my wife, I expect you to, like, that's what he is saying. As my wife, I expect you to pleasure me and to fulfill my sexual needs if you see me struggling, if you hear that but I don't even like you like that yet. I'm not even attracted. And you know that. Why would you ask me to do that? Like,
I yes.
and so that is pressure. Now
Mm,
she's trying to stomach, okay, well, what can I do to get myself together to try
right.
to, to try to pleasure this man? Um,
It's tough
mhm,
because yes, she has been very honest and clear that she is not there yet. And what I heard him within the whole conversation, not just that one part,
mhm.
trying to say was like, can you just go with the flow? Like if we are on the couch making out, you're straddling me, clearly there's something happening. Why do you have to be so in your head and be like, oh, nope, just kidding. Like if it feels good, just do it. That's what he was kind of trying to say in the second conversation that they had when they were reflecting
But
on the
let's
first
talk
one.
about that conversation because he too, yeah, the words that she used to describe that conversation that he vehemently denied
Right.
is what he was doing was a lie. And
Mm,
it was very surprising. And it took me back, and we're gonna get back to but
mhm,
it took me back to their first dinner when he said something and she was like, oh, so you think I'm crazy? And he's like, that's not what I was saying. See, you're going up here. And it made me think like, oh, maybe,
maybe.
because what you just did was, I'm just like, if you want to have sex and I want to have, that's all I'm saying. If you want to
Yeah.
have it, no, you were asking us to mutually pleasure ourselves in front of each other. And it is, and you said it was because you need a release. It is because you are getting a little pimped up after months of fasting. And you also said, as a wife, I
Mhm,
would expect, or as a wife, you should. All of those things is what she said, and he denied saying. Did you
mhm.
catch that?
He definitely was embellishing his tone because
Mm.
he was like, I just said, hey, if you want to, we can. But he didn't say it like that. He said, like, I would like this.
He
Let me know if you would
said
like this.
He's like, I am not thirsty, and I did not say I needed a release. He used
He
release like
did
maybe
say
twice,
release. He did say release.
like
Mhm.
twice. So that was, and he is thirsty.
He is
Every
thirsty.
batch, he's like, can I get some sex? Can
And
I get
he
some
is
sex?
thirsty. And then what is the little comment he made? Oh God. He said something like, ain't nobody checking for you in the confessional. Yeah. I'm like, you are checking. You are checking for her.
Why does it
Let's
always go there?
it
And I
always has to
wish,
go to you ugly anyway. You know?
who is Nikki? Nikki ain't all that. And
Yes.
I wish that and that's the thing, because like all of the sexual stuff is really just like him wanting, he wants to feel wanted.
Yes.
And in the same, like, I wish that he could just be like Devin and say, like, it kind
Mm.
of sucks that you don't find me sexually attractive. Um, it kind of sucks that we're
Yeah.
here right now. Like, just tell him how you feel. Like, tell her that you don't really feel wanted. Like, I think the more that he is vulnerable is the more that she sees
Mm.
him
Yeah.
and is like less defensive. And he just always goes up. It was like in
Yeah.
that moment when she brought that, oh, you're not about to have me seeming like I'm some type of creep on national television. That's what he was giving me. Like
Yes.
when she confronted him. And by the way, I do have a critique on Nikki, but
Mhm.
the point, well, my critique on Nikki is I feel like both of them are trying to look good on TV, but
Yes.
particularly her. I feel like after the night that she yelled at him outside, she's like, well, I got to keep it cute. That was not cute. I'm not supposed to be yelling no more on TV. So
Yes.
I
I
feel like
do.
that's happening.
I think with Sean, like, we are more aligned here.
Okay.
I have understanding of what he's trying to convey and the
I
idea
see.
that he's like, sex is important to me and I'm not really getting nothing from you right now.
Hmm.
But I do agree that the way that he goes about conveying that is not always the best. And I do wish he would have at least owned, like, I know I wasn't saying, like, oh, whatever you want. Come on now. Like,
Yeah.
let's don't do that.
Yeah.
But he could just say, by no means was I trying to pressure you. I was just trying to convey X, Y, and
Yeah.
Z. But if you're not cool with it, obviously it is what it is. But I mean,
Yeah.
I kind of also heard him say on decision day, the answer is no if you're not busting something open at some point.
And I don't think Nikki gonna be, I don't think she's gonna be mad.
Yeah.
Damn it, there's one thing about them that I cannot remember. Um, Ooh, the contraction. There, I wish that he would, instead of bringing up the sex talks, I wish that he would ask, so what have I done so far that's made you grow attraction for me? And
Mm,
what do you think are some other things, or what are some things that you desire from me that will help you grow your attraction? Like, I just think that,
that's
like,
good.
that is something that they can talk and do together.
Yeah.
And maybe he doesn't feel empathy for her not being attracted to him. So he's just like, whatever, bitch, like, figure it out on
Yeah.
your own kind of
Yeah.
thing.
I
You know?
actually kind of agree with you there. I think he's like, well, girl, work it out. Like, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
holla at me when you're ready, but I kind
Like,
of need it soon.
when the attraction comes, I'm here.
Yeah, but he acts like, one, I'm sure she would feel so good for him to ask her
Right.
that question, but I also think that it'll get him closer. Like, I don't think
Yeah, that's true.
it's not that hard for women to become attracted to men, actually.
Hmm.
Help us feel safe, make us laugh, listen to
Mm,
us, like, just little things. Be smart, don't be defensive, hear me. Like, just,
hmm.
she I think the recruiters, the matchmakers, really did think that they could get somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that her attraction could have grown, but
I
it's
don't
not
think
gonna
it's going
happen.
to.
It's
I
not
don't think
gonna
it's going to
happen.
because he's still doing some stuff that's like, I don't like how you acting. I think if he had like her perfect personality, everything she likes in a man, but he was short and not the cutest, it would
Yeah, it'd be
that then it
fine.
could grow. But
But
it's like you're short and not the cutest and this other stuff.
she see him, and
Yeah.
that's the worst thing. And maybe he knows that too. But, like, she see him, his house.
Yes, let's talk about the house part because they were so shady to each other. I
They
was
were.
like, damn, you bougie black people, all this judgment.
You
Don't
might
come
have
to
to
my
fill me.
house. It's a mess here, you see. Ooh.
You might have to fill me in because I was like I was skipping around at that point. But his sofa played in
Baby,
my face.
that was a bachelor pad with vertical blinds. I'm sorry. I judge vertical blinds very badly.
Why? How long have you been in that house to where you have that? How long have you had that sofa? You're
It was
48. Like, you're 48.
yeah.
You get an interior decorator at that point. Since you're so, all of that. Like, get some. This is weird. This is not
Like it was
sophisticated.
very the Hillary Clinton walked in meme. Like, what is going on here? A white refrigerator? No.
Wait, was there a right
No,
refrigerator?
but it was
Okay.
white refrigerator energy with those vertical
Yes.
blinds. Vertical blinds is the new white refrigerator. I'm sorry, but like in 2026, I don't
I agree.
understand why you have a
Yep.
vertical blind. And so it wasn't well decorated. It was very bachelor pad. The bed was very firm. Not doesn't seem like a good bed for a man to lay with a woman. She ain't gonna want to lay on no board. So it wasn't a very appealing home and it wasn't very clean. It wasn't like a mess, but it was like, okay, you ain't been doing that in here. And then they go to her home, which was lovely, obviously well decorated, thoughtful pieces. And then he was like, well, she think she the only one that knows how to. Basically what he said was she must not have a lot of other friends who have things for her to think that this is so nice. And I was like, oh my God. Like he basically was like, this is
Oh,
regular,
he
but she
hates
thinks it's
her.
cute.
He hates her. He hates her.
It's the competition always
Yes.
coming back. And that is the
Uh
issue
huh.
with Black relationships on and off TV. The competition is constantly there. And men, I'm going to put it on the man, men are always trying to compete with women. And it's just like, stop doing that. But he did it so much in that house back and forth. That's where it was really like, whoa.
Especially when you have vertical blinds and that sofa, for you to be like, girl, you ain't all that. My friends got better houses than you, but you don't.
And then he's
But you
like,
don't.
we all bougie over here. We all got a nice place. You don't. Your
No,
place
you
is
don't.
average.
No, your place looks like it costs $1,200 a month. I'm so sorry. Maybe 15. Like,
And then he lives in Bremerton. I don't know anything about Seattle, but they both agree that Bremerton is not a nice
to
place to
be,
live.
Well, she makes 50. I mean, 350K. He does not. I'm assuming he makes in the six figures. What do you think?
Yeah, I would think
Yeah.
so.
So there's a difference there. I don't know if they've talked about that. I'm
Mm-mm.
sure that it's so weird because you remember in the first episode, he said that he likes when women are taller, when they make more
Mm-hmm.
money. Like, he doesn't mind that. But why you been constantly trying to one up this one?
Because she's not attracted to him. I actually think it
Yeah,
goes back to the first half of the conversation.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
he, if this really attractive, successful woman was also attracted to him, what an ego boost that would be for him.
yeah,
But because she's not, now I think he feels like she ain't all that. Her house ain't all that.
yeah. I wonder if it's possible, because even for me too, like, I wonder if it's possible to, like, take your ego out early in a
Mm.
relationship to
Mm.
allow, because ego is always going to cause friction. That's when it's always like one upping and I'm better. I'm,
Yeah.
like, because his big thing is his ego. That's what gets,
Yeah.
that is the prickly thing all the time. And she's going to, bop, bop, you ain't about to play with
Right.
me. Bop, bop. For better or
Yep.
for worse, she's going to bop, bop him every time. I don't know. I don't know how we gonna get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, he tried it. And at the dinner, it's so interesting to be like, oh yeah, we're great. We're just really figuring each other out. We're having so
Yeah.
many hard conversations, but it's just helping us grow.
I
It's jarring.
I
It's
totally agree
jarring
with you that at a certain point they're both like, we need to present a certain way, both on TV and within this group.
because they don't want them. I figure they don't want the couples in their business anymore.
Yeah.
Especially with them being the oldest. Some of these
Mhm.
people are 20 years younger than them. Devin. They're like, we don't want them in our business. This is grown folks' business.
Right. Yeah.
Which sucks. Which I felt like
Mhm.
this for a couple of couples. I'm like, are we? Devin said it with Caitlin. Like, are we performing for the camera now? I think Courtney, to your point, I think Courtney is doing that a little bit, and Devin is saying that Caitlin is doing it. Probably is true.
Yeah.
One thing, just so you know, when it comes to Adam and Marissa, I wrote notes for all the couples. The only thing I have for Marissa and Adam is can't be serious. And I wrote that 5 minutes into the first episode. I'm like, can't be serious. And no other notes.
So tell me more.
So I didn't watch their therapy session. I kind of skipped over it because it did kind of like, they're just trying to figure out like why why Adam goes so hard.
Yeah.
I will say later into the episode, I was proud of Marissa, but as you said, she let it out at the dinner, which was jarring
Right.
again.
Yeah.
Like, we had a bad day, and I
Mhm.
don't even know if he knew that the day was bad like that. But I felt 100% bad for her in the pickleball situation. I don't
Yeah.
like when guys kind of like, push, especially like their girlfriends and their wives, like in that physical way.
Yeah.
And it seems like she has diabetes. So, because she's
Okay.
like, my blood sugar's low, I need to eat.
Mhm.
And she said that she was hungry earlier.
Right.
And he like, hold on. And so I'm like, oh, you're not conscious of her diabetes. Do you care? Do you care about Marissa's experience? Is kind
No.
of
he
exactly.
he does not. And not obviously this isn't the same thing, but I thought of, so I play kickball on like a co-ed team and all the coaches are male. And when we practice, I literally joke with my coach about this. Like, I know when we practice, I have to take full ownership over my needs because you are not going to look out for them. Like, I can
Yeah.
say, oh my God, I'm so tired. And he's like, okay. I can say, oh, I need some water. He's like, oh, word. So I just decide. I'm like,
Yeah.
taking a water break, going to sit down, need to take a rest. And he'll be like, oh, okay, cool. Like,
Yeah.
they're just so
Yeah.
caught up in the good. Cause I think he's
Yeah.
the same way as Adam with the like, his dream would be to play kickball 5 hours a day with
Oh,
his
your
best
coach.
woman friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I'm like, I related to her in the sense of her saying she's hungry and him being like, oh, and at some point she just needed to be like, well, I'm going to go eat. Fuck you and
Yeah.
this pickleball, you know?
Yeah. Like, why is she whispering? I hate jet skis. I hate pickleball.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah. Because in the first batch, I guess, like, let's say episode 10, I was like, Marissa, like, are you just gonna be like following him everywhere? And
Right.
when she brought up her parent situation with her dad not working, so they fought a lot about that. Then her mom, which I feel like her mom going back to work after 12 years is probably a little traumatic for the
Yeah.
family.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, if they fought over things a lot, I'm wondering if part of Marissa is just like, I'm not going to complain. I'm going
Yeah.
to let it be. Like, I know she doesn't
Mm-hmm.
like her father, but maybe that's like a lesson. I just wondered if that was like a lesson. Just like, I'm
Yeah.
not going to go back and forth with my parents. I'm just going to like be
I
chill, be
think
easy.
that's a very good observation and kind of also mirrors what Paul and is Lisa the woman therapist?
Yeah, let's say Lisa.
Okay. Like when they were looking in on the dinner, I think it was Paul who was like, he could see how difficult it is for Marissa to just like speak directly to Adam about her issues. Like he was looking away while she was speaking about it. So I think she doesn't want confrontation. And like the whole time she's just kind of been like, I'm going along, I'm going along. But now she's getting to a point where she's like, we don't even go to dinner. We don't
I'm
even
not
hang
having
out
a
with
good
my
time.
friends. All we do is pickleball and jet ski. Like,
I don't think he cares. It's so sad. I don't think he cares to, because even in that moment, he never once said, okay, I'm gonna take her out to dinner on Friday. Like,
right.
let's, like he just never gave anything. Like there was no compromise on his end at all. He's like, I want an athlete.
And I'm also like, this is your definition of a good relationship?
Because I'm like, where's the girlfriend? Was that the one that cheated on you? Like,
maybe that's why
where's...
that's why he stayed. She cheated on me,
Oh,
but she'll pay pickleball for 17 hours.
wifey.
I'm just like, you're boiling your
Yeah.
relationship down to sports. And what about anything else about Marissa?
Anything else? And did they, in the therapy session, did he get to the point of us understanding why he is avoiding his emotions or why he's avoiding going deep?
The most that we got from the therapy session was him basically saying that he learned from his parents
Yeah, I saw that.
about performing and like always being excellent at like these tasks and hobbies and stuff. But that was it.
It's rough seeing them talk. I'm getting to the point where I don't want to see them. It's never serious. It's never
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Nothing is ever really said. It's just like that. I'm not
Vibes.
into it.
Rip it.
But I am glad that the issues that we thought were going to be an issue are coming up, because I thought I was crazy with them being so like happy with each other. I'm like, but she doesn't work out, but she drinks.
Right.
Marissa, he like exercises and he's super healthy. Like, I don't understand. So I'm glad that like that's at least out in the open now.
Yeah. Can we talk about Felipe and Tori? Now,
yeah,
that's one where I will say, I don't know that we learned a lot of new things. I think we like already sort of saw this coming, but the way that he just dumped all that out at the dinner table, that was like horrifying. I'm like,
yeah. And I have been wondering why Tori is always quiet when those happen, because she just says, but she's like, that ain't my problem, that's his problem. And I was like, I'm with Tori. I actually feel like I can be like, after when she was with her friend group, I was like, I like your friend group. I like you. I see you. She might be a little too grown for him. She might be a little too grown for him. It's kind of, I don't feel bad for him, but I'm like, you're more than this, my guy. Like, you're kind of slutting yourself out and you don't have to. Like, you could slut her out.
Why can't y'all bring the adventure to the situation? He reminded me of Sincere when they were at her apartment, or I think it was his apartment, and they were talking about the future. He was looking straight ahead like, yeah, can't wait to. That all sounds great. And I'm like, you're saying the words, but your face is given, can't wait to do the opposite of what I'm saying.
And he didn't want to go to the suburbs. He doesn't want to move to suburbs, which is like, what do you want? It's crazy. You know that a lot of these people were casted for their personalities and for their chaos, for sure, because this guy can't be serious. Like, you're the same. Did you think you're going to change? Like, there was never going to be any hot girl. There's no girl that would have made him not feel this way. Right. So I'm just like, why? He's the one person I'm like, I don't know why you did this to yourself. Because you like sleeping around. He likes, like, it's a hobby almost for him to hook up. And
it's the same as Adam. Adam's on the pickleball court. Felipe is in the bed with a different woman every night.
Do you think that like that's a sign of low self-esteem? Lack of worth.
At a certain point, and I'm very sex positive, so I'm like, do the stuff that you want to do. But at a certain point, if your threshold to giving your body to somebody is so low, it does say something about what you think about yourself.
I agree. He did say that he was an ugly duckling who became hot. And so maybe after, like, a lot of guys, it's like, just to play that game just popped in my head when they gave Bobby Brown a makeover and then he left her. Like maybe there was validation that was missing all those years where he was an ugly duckling and he's trying to make up for it. Yep. But you got Tori, and Tori's such a confident baddie. Yes. Well, I'm saying that now. I didn't believe that before, but now I'm saying it. Like, just like what they told Mecca, get into her love. Get into her love. Like, I just live in it for a little bit. Yeah. But
I appreciated how Cam was really going hard. He was like, you ain't gonna be cute your whole life, my boy. Like, why don't you hold on to a good one while you got her? Like, you're gonna be old and ugly and lonely.
He was eating him up, and I hope Felipe took it in, but I enjoy Cam. Like, I'm like, oh, this is Coach Cam. Okay.
Yeah.
He was making so much sense, and he just cut through the bullshit very easily, quickly. I love a person like that. They already did therapy, Tori and Felipe, so I guess we'll see them the next go round. But we gotta talk about Paul gotta get figure out the sex thing. Yeah, I don't even know if they're gonna make it, but I am glad that Tori isn't, and maybe she should just a little bit. I'm glad that she's not like well, I got to do the most. Let me,
Yeah,
to get this man back. She's just like, that ain't my problem. Ain't got nothing to do with me. That is
I
so
love it.
important
Like,
because
that made me feel like, oh, I fuck with you because she did not personalize it at all. She said, oh, what that got to do with me?
so good, so
Mhm.
good, so good. It's so easy to, be like, oh, I'm not enough for him.
Right.
It's so
Exactly.
easy. So kudos to
Shout out to
Tori.
her.
I can't believe we haven't talked about like Mecca and Belle Jolie yet.
We haven't. I don't know. Again, to the point, we're not learning a lot of new things. So I actually don't even have a lot of notes on them. I mean, I think her, the whole like jumping in to defend him and really cape for her man, on the one hand, it is endearing in a sense, and it is helping to give him something that he hasn't received. But I continue to say, as we said last time, what does Belle need? And are we ever going to talk about it? And is Mecca going to deliver it?
Is Mecca gonna deliver? Is such a good question. Is the question? Yeah, Belle. Oh, baby. Do you know about the guy? He's like a Christian guy, Derek Johnson,
Oh,
who
absolutely.
and his wife was like, I got my military shirt on because I'm in the army, and like that's what Belle Jolie was given. That's what she was given in the first scene. Calm down, boobs, because the thing about that moment is that Mecca, instead of, because it hurt his self esteem, them
Yeah.
saying that he was like, him using his voice and them not liking the way he used his voice was
Yeah.
like, damn it, man, I shouldn't talk anymore. That's
Yeah.
basically what's happening. I feel for you.
Mhm.
I see you. But that's a block, because that's just what that moment is, actually an opportunity for you to take accountability, to
Mm.
understand, to get curious. What made you guys think that I was being performative? What did you see? What do you feel like is like,
Mm.
he just could have got a bit more curious instead of just like shutting down.
Yeah.
He could have also asked, like, he could have asked Paul, like, okay, well, what could I do instead? Like, if there's
Yeah.
just, the shutting down is not healthy. And for
Yeah.
Belle to support him and shutting down and not taking accountability and not getting curious about his own growth, like she's kind of she might be okay with him being this way. Like, she's
Mhm.
fully accepts him, which is beautiful. I wish that for all of
Right.
us. She fully accepts this man. But I just hope that she's, supports his elevation and don't enable him. That's the word. I hope she just
Yeah.
doesn't enable his sabotage behavior, his
And then, you
shutting
know
down
what
behavior.
came up for me?
Hmm.
He said, everybody was coming for me, so I shut down, blah, blah, blah. What happens the first time they have a real disagreement and he shuts down on her?
Exactly. 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 You have to ask for more. And Belle, the way he was, yeah, okay. So if the way that he was speaking about you at that dinner table is the same way he speaks about you at home, that's not okay. Like, he's not
Mhm.
speaking to you in the best way, right? Like, I think she's okay with accepting the crumbs. And it's not the worst crumbs. Like, there's sweet crumbs that he gives her, but it's,
It could be so much better.
he's not a king. I'm so sorry. He's a prince. He's
Yeah.
not a king,
Mhm.
and she's she's a queen. She is, or
I
she
think
could,
so.
at the studio. Um, what was it? He thought he was in trouble. I felt so bad. I know that feeling where you feel like
Mhm.
after everything you do, you're gonna get in trouble. And oh, baby, he's got some trauma,
He's got so much. And like,
deep rooted.
obviously, no one can ever be 100% healed, and
Yeah.
we're always going to be on our journeys. So
Hmm.
100% healing is not the requirement to be in a healthy partnership, and a lot of times the partnership will help with whatever healing is needed, if it's a healthy partnership. But I still feel like he should not be partnered at this time. I feel like
I
his
know.
work needs to happen while he's solo.
I agree. But I think, unfortunately, until I'm told otherwise, it seems like Belle has the capacity
Yeah.
for him to deal with him, whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
She has a capacity for it, which is great for him, and
Yeah.
he's very lucky, especially as someone
Very.
who doesn't feel like he deserves love, especially from a woman. He is very lucky.
He hit the jackpot.
He did, and I think he realized it now. Is he attracted to her or not? Though I'm still a little stuck there.
I think it's growing. Like,
Either
sounds
one.
like they do be getting it on after just that, not just that first time. And I do feel like he's looking at her and talking about her in a more like, damn, she looks good way, like a real meaningful,
Yeah.
observation. So I think it's growing.
Yeah.
I
And
think
I
it's
think he
growing.
admires her too. I think he's starting to admire her, which is beautiful. I think that like maybe Shawn can find some ways to.
Let me tell you,
Yeah. So is that, I don't have anything to say about Michelle and Cameron. I'm happy for them.
they're
That's
beautiful.
all I got. That's
The
all I got.
end.
The end.